The arena was buzzing with anticipation. On one side, the undefeated champion, Gennady Golovkin. 27 wins, 24 knockouts. A fighter known not just for power, but for precision, patience, and relentless pressure. On the other side, a dangerous challenger, Curtis Stevens, explosive, aggressive, and carrying one-punch knockout power that could change everything in a single moment. When both fighters stood in the center of the ring, the tension was undeniable. The referee gave his final instructions: touch gloves, fight clean. And just like that, the bell rang. Round 1 began with immediate intensity. Golovkin didn't rush. He stepped forward calmly, establishing his presence with a strong, stiff jab. Every movement was controlled, every step calculated. Stevens, however, faced a problem from the very beginning: the reach disadvantage. He needed to get inside, but that meant walking through danger. Golovkin's jab kept him at distance, forcing Stevens to think twice before committing. Still, Stevens found his moment. A sharp left hook landed clean. Golovkin's head snapped back. The crowd reacted instantly. That was the warning. Stevens had power, real power. But Golovkin didn't panic. He stayed composed and answered back with a left hook of his own. Round 1 ended with respect on both sides, but also with tension building. Round 2 changed everything. Golovkin came out sharper, more aggressive. He started landing with authority. A left hook from Golovkin connected early. Then Stevens answered back with his own. But seconds later, it happened. Golovkin stepped in and unleashed a devastating left hook. It landed perfectly. Stevens dropped. The crowd erupted. It was sudden, violent, and undeniable. Stevens got up, but he wasn't the same. His legs were unsteady, his expression changed, and Golovkin saw it. But instead of rushing, he stayed patient. He respected the danger, because one mistake, even against a hurt fighter, can cost everything. Round 3 was where the breakdown truly began. Golovkin returned to his jab, sharp, consistent, setting everything up. Stevens was still looking for that one big counter shot, but Golovkin wasn't giving him the chance. Then came the bodywork, a hard shot to the midsection. You could see Stevens react. That's when Golovkin shifted his focus. More body shots, more pressure. Then a right hand landed clean, followed by combinations, and then an uppercut. Stevens was hurt, badly. He was pushed back to the ropes, and Golovkin unleashed a barrage, punch after punch, precise, powerful, relentless. Stevens survived, but the damage was building. Round 4 showed Stevens trying to fight back. For the first time since the knockdown, he stepped forward with intent, throwing punches, trying to regain control. But Golovkin didn't back down. Even when he missed, he stayed close, kept the pressure. Then came another right hand, clean, heavy, followed by a brutal body shot, and that changed everything again. Stevens slowed down instantly. His guard tightened, his movement faded. That's what body shots do. They don't just hurt, they take everything from you. And Golovkin knew it. Round 5 brought moments of resistance. Stevens landed a strong combination, a right hand, an uppercut. The crowd came alive. For a moment, it looked like momentum could shift, but Golovkin didn't react. He absorbed it, stayed calm, and fired back immediately. A right hand, sharp and direct. Stevens answered again with a left hook, but every exchange was costing him more, because Golovkin wasn't just fighting, he was breaking him down. By round 6, the damage was undeniable. Golovkin's body shots were taking their toll. Stevens' movement was slower, his reactions delayed. Golovkin pressed forward again, pinning him against the ropes, and then the assault began. Heavy shots, to the body, to the head, relentless combinations. The referee watched closely, because this was no longer just a fight, it was punishment. Still, Stevens showed heart, trying to fire back, trying to survive, but Golovkin never let up. Round 7 was more of the same, but worse. Golovkin landed a clean left hook, then went straight back to the body, another crushing shot to the ribs. Stevens tried to counter. He landed a left hook, but it wasn't enough. His trainer could be heard shouting instructions, "Don't stay on the ropes." But it was easier said than done, because Golovkin wasn't letting him leave. Every escape was cut off, every movement controlled, and every second, the damage increased. By round 8, the fight had reached its breaking point. Golovkin was in complete control, landing heavy right hands, digging into the body, targeting the liver with precision. Stevens was absorbing everything, but his body couldn't keep up. A massive right hand snapped his head back. He was driven into the corner, trapped, exhausted, broken down. And still, Golovkin kept going. Not wild, not reckless, just precise destruction. When the round ended, everyone knew it was over, even if it hadn't been stopped yet. Before the 9th round could begin, Stevens' corner made the decision. They had seen enough. They knew their fighter had nothing left to give. The referee stepped in and waved it off. Gennady Golovkin stood victorious. Another knockout, another statement. But this wasn't just power. This was something deeper. Patience, precision, control. A masterclass in breaking down an opponent. Curtis Stevens came in dangerous. He had moments. He landed clean shots. But against Golovkin, it wasn't enough. Because in boxing, power can change a fight, but pressure breaks fighters. And on that night, Gennady Golovkin proved exactly why he was one of the most feared champions in the world.